Reddy, Sri Ajodhya Ram Reddy, Sri Ajodhya Ram Reddy, Ram Reddy,
बैठे से पीछे बैठे हो लास्ट।
Sri Ajodhya Ram Reddy, Honorable Sri John Britos, Ajodhya Ram Reddy, please, please.
To speak on the Inland Vessels Bill that the central government is introducing in lieu of the existing act which is more than 100 years old. That is the Inland Vessels Act 1917. It's an overview of the act which must now contend with the new focus under the Sagarmala project since 2016. National Water Act 2016. Under the leadership of the Prime Minister, these initiatives have meant old frameworks of regulation to enable multimodal logistics must be embraced, keeping in mind the concerns of environment, security and the safety of transport. Andhra Pradesh is a state with a rich network of inland waterways and comprised of River Krishna, Godavari, their deltas and the second longest national waterways in the country. The Buckingham Canal, Eluru Canal and the extensions of Kakinada to Pondicherry along with coastline, there is a great value that is going to come from this bill. This bill will have huge implications for our state and we hope it positively enables the inland waterways in our state. The bill will regulate safety, security and registration of inland vessels. It is also hoping to build a central database with the details of vessel registration, crew on an electronic portal. With this, it aims to bring uniformity in application of law relating to inland waterways and navigation within the country. The certificate of registration granted under the proposed law will be deemed to be valid in all states and union territories. And there will be no need to seek separate permission from states. We hope this provision is enacted with due regard to states' jurisdiction and in consultation with the line departments of shipping, waterways and ports ministry. Any loss of revenue must also be compensated for the first 5 years by the central government to the respective states. It has expanded the definition of inland vessels, which now includes both mechanically and non-mechanically propelled inland vessels with an exception for fishing vessels. In the same way, it enlarges the definition of inland waters by including tidal water limit and national waterways. Constitutionally, inland waterways is a state subject, but shipping and navigation on inland waterways which are declared by the Parliament as national waterways come under the union list and thus the centre's jurisdiction. Additionally, mechanically propelled vessels are under the union list, but the state reserves the right to regulate all vehicles non-mechanically propelled and all taxes on inland waterways to accrue to the state. State government under the bill will be responsible for registering non-mechanically propelled vessels which were earlier not included in the regulations under the 1917 Act. These can be enrolled at the district, taluk or panchayat levels. The state government has also been asked to appoint officers to act as surveyors of inland vessels according to the criteria and qualifications outlined by the central government. The dispense of these functions, the state government is empowered to appoint designated authorities within their own jurisdiction. The authority would also deal with pollution control measures of playing inland vessels, and the central government is to designate a list of chemical substances, etc. Conclusion and AP's efforts are in the right direction and we support this bill, and it has witnessed some capsizing incidents and we always support this sort of initiatives. With this, we would like to offer our commitment to the updated vision of the Inland Vessels Bill 2021. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Sri John Britos. Honorable John Britos.